Hey, good morning, Raiders. This is your senior political correspondent, Alan Alvarez, and today is going to be day 3 of our debate between Coach Selden and Mr. Rodriguez. And today's topic is going to be about healthcare, so enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. That was actually a great segue. Now, here's the third question. What do you believe?
You know, Alan, I would appreciate it if you would be even-handed here, okay? I don't know if that was such a great segue, okay? You never said that when I ever did anything like that.
Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Lynn.
Okay, well, thank you.
This is the debate.
I think you're doing a great job, Alan.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, now here's the third question for you, Mr. Selden.
Yes.
What do you believe your candidates' plans for healthcare are?
Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you for asking this question, okay? I am proud that the Healthcare Reform Act has my name, okay? The Republicans want to derisively refer to it as Obamacare. Let them do it, okay? In the end, Obamacare will be proven to have been very, very beneficial for this country. One of the biggest issues of Obamacare, Alan, is insurance companies in the past would phase out people who had pre-existing conditions because insurance companies have a bottom line to try to make a profit. Okay, now, I understand making a profit is important in our market economy, but not when it comes to people's health, okay? Somebody needs to regulate this and make it more of an even playing field so people without pre-existing conditions are thrown out on the street. And Obamacare takes care of those people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Selden.
You're
Now,
welcome.
Mr. Rodriguez, could you respond to that?
Yeah, I'm glad you did. You know, again, we had a great healthcare policy that covered almost everyone in Massachusetts. But what we didn't do is we didn't go tell every state that they had to implement our plan, which is what Obamacare does. Obamacare takes, you know, some of the good parts of our plan, because there are some good things to Obamacare. We said that, but when you have the federal government mandating people and what it's going to do to small businesses, when the government tells you your hard-earned money has to pay for healthcare, has to pay for, you know, if you don't get healthcare for your employees, we're going to fine you. That's going to discourage small businesses from hiring. You know, we're forcing this on every single state. States should decide how to best serve their citizens. In Massachusetts, we found a way to cover it. But the problem with Obamacare is, who's going to pay for it? It's gonna ruin this. You've got to have competition. You can't have the government running healthcare. You've got to let businesses compete and compete just like they would in every state. You know, you allow 10 companies to compete and you're going to be able to select from the best services instead of being forced to take what the government's giving you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Could you conclude your response to what
You know, I'd love to, Alan. You know, isn't it interesting, on almost every question, Mr. Romney says, when I was in Massachusetts, Mr. Romney, running Massachusetts is not equal to running the United States of America. With all due respect for those people in Massachusetts, okay? Running the United States, which you've never had the opportunity to do, I have, is a much bigger task. Now, isn't it interesting also, Alan, how it seems like Mr. Romney here has his own pre-existing condition. Maybe we ought to call it Romnesia? Because his program in Massachusetts, which he says was so much better than my program, in many ways are very, very similar. Maybe he's the one with the pre-existing condition.
But like I said, we didn't force it on the entire country, and that's the big difference between your plan and my plan, is that everyone in the country has to have it, and
we're all in this together. We're all in this together.
You're right, and I'm in this for all of Americans, 100% of them, not just the 1% like I'm accused of. You know, I care about every 47%,
That's because your pension is much bigger than mine, Mr. Romney.
But
the reason you look at your pension is because it's so much bigger than mine.
But that's because I've worked hard, and you know you haven't.
You mean I haven't worked hard? Well, I've been a beneficiary of affirmative action. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I don't think there's anything wrong.
You know what? Let's cut this off right now because we're told that women all across America don't like when we get aggressive. Okay, so for the benefits of the female voters, let's try to keep it civil.
Notice he's pandering now, as if women don't know the difference. Wait a minute, I find that offensive. I think women could handle a little bit of honest confrontation.
Women like Eileen, and Brianna, and Nicole Jacobo in my class.
But what about women like Katya Albanez?
Oh,
Right?
she's
Katya
a
is smart enough
sweetheart.
to see through
Yeah,
some of this.
she would be smart enough to.
We are running out of time now.
Yeah.
Well, we are running out of time, so.
Well, what
will.
about Raquel in the office? She could see through this.
She scares me.
Ms. Best.
We don't want to talk about
Okay,
this.
we won't. So, can we move on to the next question?
Yes.